Hello everybody, this is Sally Acorn from the Freedom Fighters, and today I will be reading you all Sonic X Episode 79, Goodnight, Sweet Princess. A Sonic X Lost Episode creepypasta. Now this was read by the Shadow Reader, respectively, and Sonic asked me if I could read this during my free time. Now, since the Freedom Fighters aren't busy, I decided to give it a read. So, thank you, Sonic. And without further ado, let's begin reading this story. I once had a job at the 4Kids Company a few years back. The company who produced the poorly made English dub of Sonic X. I didn't care about the dub though. I only wanted my money, and I hated the show anyway. Sonic was dead to me by then. On the internet, I heard a rumor that SEGA wanted to continue this horrible abomination of a cartoon. However, 4Kids refused to give up copyrights for the show, so it was discontinued. I heard a colleague of mine and the boss talking about the future of Sonic X after refusing to give Cosmo, a character introduced in the 3rd season, to BioWare, who wanted to include her in a new game titled Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. I wanted to ignore the conversation and wanted to proceed on copying my papers when suddenly the word Episode 79 fell. Okay, I hated that anime so much because of the pink hedgehog, Amy Rose, who was constantly chasing after Sonic with her ridiculous dress and high-pitched, annoying voice. But I knew there were only 78 episodes. I stopped and walked over to the 2, asking about the episode, but my colleague told me they already got rid of it. I shrugged it off and went back to doing my work. At 4 p.m., I finally went home. However, when I passed the trash containers by the facility, curiosity took over me, and I peeked inside. I noticed a DVD case without any cover, but a CD inside. I took it out and brushed off the dirt. The DVD had Episode 79 written on it with a black permanent marker. Bingo! I found the lost episode. Looking around, I didn't see anyone watching me, so I took the DVD case with me. I wasn't really excited about the episode and hoped it wasn't some stupid Samari crap polluting my TV screen. I only wanted to pull the episode onto my computer and post it on YouTube to gain some fame. I got home, and the first thing I did is to put my bag away before getting myself some dinner. For some reason, I was really hungry. When I came back from work the next week on a Wednesday, I remembered the DVD case was still laying around somewhere in my living room. I walked over and opened the case. It had Project Sonic Episode 79 written on it, also with permanent marker. I noticed it was starting to rain, and I closed the window to make sure nothing got wet. After I cleaned the DVD, which was in a trash can after all, I walked over to my HD TV and put the DVD inside my DVD player. Let's see what'll come up, I thought to myself. The DVD started instantly with the well-known intro from the 3rd season of Sonic X. The annoying theme song blared into the speakers on my TV. Nothing odd, until I saw there was actually the Japanese logo instead of the English one. I guess I snagged a non-dubbed version. I was glad not to see the messed up edits 4Kids dared to do. I could understand a lot of Japanese, being a proud weeaboo anime fan. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. The intro ended with each character posing in a group picture with Eggman in the background. I noticed Chris was missing from the group picture. and in his place was Princess Sally. I guess it was some tweaks since Chris went home in episode 78, and I didn't even know why Princess Sally was on the picture. Just as the image faded to black, a loud clap of thunder managed to cause a power failure. It was only my house. When I asked my neighbors about it, My laptop was still working, since I left it on and now ran on battery. So I manually opened the disk platform. My DVD player could be opened manually. It had a button that opened the case that worked without any power, like the Nintendo GameCube, for example, and took the DVD out before closing it again and inserted it into my laptop. Surprisingly, it didn't play the DVD, but it showed the insides of the DVD, computer files. Next to the DVD's main file, I noticed there was a folder called Preza. Confused at the name of this mysterious folder, I opened it out of curiosity, and it showed an alternate DVD file. I double-clicked it, and it started to play the file, only to be disappointed by a constant black screen. Still, I waited patiently for the beginning of the intro, but it didn't come. I waited for about 5 minutes before moving my mouse to close the file. Suddenly, I heard a loud, angry female voice that sounded like my computer speakers were turned up to 100% power. To 100%. I then checked my speakers and found out that they were only turned down to 26%. The voice said, "I will not forget what she did to me." I jumped at the loud female voice. As the screen flashed red for a split second, I closed out the file. That moment nearly gave me a heart attack. A thunderstorm was outside of my window, which made me uneasy. It was getting closer. Since everything was already turned off, I didn't bother about it, and exited the folder to play the original file. It played the intro. Princess Sally was still in Chris's place. The episode started with Amy and Cream sitting by a table with Vanilla, Cream's mother. They were enjoying cake and tea. I was disappointed when Amy started calling out for Sonic's love again. Vanilla suddenly slammed her fists down on the table and leaned close to Amy. "You don't know anything about love, you idiot!" She yelled at her. Cream was immediately startled by this and ran back. Cheese making his usual chow noises, looking confused as Cream hugged him close. "That's how I lost him." "That's how she lost who?" "Oh, wait. I'm sure you know Cream never had a father. Thus Vanilla had no husband." "I guess it wasn't true love then," Amy taunted. Amy taunted Vanilla instead of being reasonable. The camera zoomed in on Cream, who blinked as a flashback started. No white borders, thank goodness. With Cream and Vanilla walking along the park. Cream was holding a picnic basket. After a second, she asked her mother where her father was. Vanilla glared at Cream with bloodshot eyes and became quiet. It returned to a current scene with Vanilla slapping Amy across the face. "How dare you speak to me like that?" The name interrupted by the screen going black for that exact moment. The name would be told. I yelled in frustration. "Just get on with it." Vanilla continued her conversation while Amy, now on the floor, stared up at her. "He was a hero. A hero? You will never be. He gave his life for all of us." Amy scoffed, pouting angrily as she dusted her dress off. "No one's a bigger hero than my Sonic." Vanilla pointed towards the exit. "Leave now." Amy idly waved her hand at Vanilla before exiting the building. Cream pleaded for Amy to come back, but the scene already showed her walking away from Vanilla's house. Vanilla pulled out a tissue as she started crying, but this made this disturbing was that it didn't sound like a cartoon crying at all. It sounded like a real human crying, as if the voice actress had some sort of a heartbreaking issue. Cream walked over, worried about her mother. Vanilla bent down to Cream and gently hugged her, crying softly. Cream looked over and asked the question I had in my mind. What was my father? As Vanilla sat down and pulled Cream onto her lap, she then whispered into Cream's ears. But I couldn't make it out what she said because the audio became filled with static. Once the screen cut to black again, I sighed softly in relief, but patiently waited for the screen to return. Suddenly, I heard the same unknown voice again. I did not forget what she did to me. This time, I didn't need to jump. It was in the same female voice that scared me in the other file, but this time, it was very different. It was much calmer, and it sounded sad. It wasn't Vanilla or any other voice actor in the Japanese cast, but instead it sounded like Lola Bunny from the Looney Tunes show. I then continued to stare at my black screen. And this is where I will stop for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 of Sally Acorn Reads Sonic X Episode 79, Goodnight, Sweet Princess.